Hello and welcome to Casting Roles. We're a bunch of theater nerds and good friends play a little D&D. We're so happy that you joined us. Take a moment to subscribe to the show. It takes just a click and gains our unending thanks. Drop us a like and leave us a comment, hyping us up for campaign 2. Our videos are uploaded here on YouTube every Friday. We have tons of great content to explore. We are coming after a wonderful hour of play in which audio problems, we lost some audio. So we're going to do a little bit of a wrap up of what we did after the Rite of Orogenesis, and then head into the following morning. Last time, our crew spent a few days of needed rest and downtime, helping the crew of the expedition establish a temporary base camp and build relationships, clarify boundaries, and prepare for the next stage of your journey. At the end of the period, you all joined Trame, the Dreamstrider. She traveled to the summit of Mount Makta to complete the Rite of Orogenesis to help restore the natural order of life and death on the mountain. During the ritual, the yellow moat stones in Andalusite's pack flew into the air in front of each of you and then seemed to plunge into your chests, where you then experienced the voice of the mountain speaking to you in odd whispers of your past, coupled with visions of potential futures and dangers. You awoke from those visions only to have Trame apologize and say, "I'm so sorry. I believe instead of me, the mountain spoke to you." And in addition, you each found a gift left over from the ritual at your feet. Lucky received a lyre that can frighten or charm people. Ravik received a reminder of his pact with his pact person that gives him some bonuses to his pact. Bonnie had a horn of silent alarm that looked very similar to the types of horns that the raiding parties used to use in their past. Andalusite had a clockwork amulet, and Kieran had a pouch of spice pouch. In conversations with Trame, you all uncovered some truths about how the visions work, in that the mountain kind of shows you your own memories and then plugs in elements that you should be paying attention to about problems that face the world. And so each of you kind of uncovered elements like the man in black in Bonnie's dream, the tower in Ravik's dream. Andalus didn't ask. And Lucky had one that was very personal and was not shared with the group. You then headed down the mountain to discover that the giants were holding a festival for you all, and also as an honor of the Rite of Orogenesis. And you spent the evenings in conversation, bothering Weller to get him to identify all your magic items, and then kind of in your own contemplative ways. Lucky and Andalus found themselves at the edge of the plateau, looking out over the mountains, having a conversation about the nature of gods in some way. If Lucky and Andalus want to talk about more about the conversation they had.
Lucky asked me about the primordials. We talked about the relation there and how Andalus did know about them, how his mentor told him about them.
Lucky asked about the primordials and specifically said that the Church of the Nine's belief and teachings on that says that the primordials were defeated and killed by the gods and don't exist anymore, and how this was like the first that they'd ever heard that was not the case on that. What else do I want to talk about?
Which came from Ravik's vision of seeing Ouroboros, one of the primordials.
Right. And Lucky or Andalus, it was kind of like maybe they were not telling you the whole truth. And then you asked.
Yeah, and I said, good thing I don't worship the church.
Yeah. I was like, either, haha.
And then I asked you if there was anything. I asked Andalus if there was anything he did worship.
He thought about it. He said no. And then you asked me where I thought gods went when they died. And I said, I don't think we're meant to know, and maybe they don't know either. Yeah. It was very based.
Yeah. And then,
very cool.
Yeah,
very
it was
cool.
a beautiful moment.
It was a very Life is Strange type conversation.
It was
a very Life is Strange conversation.
Yeah. And then eventually everyone made their way to bed.
Yes.
Where just before you fall asleep, Lucky. I think they go to the same places where they're born, don't they?
And that is...
And there's the observational pullback.
Oh my... When that happens, like from my experience, like, is there any chance of like me saying something to get it back to like provoke an answer?
You can try.
Okay. Then I will ask, did you see what I saw during the ritual?
There's a moment where it's like you're talking to like clouds just drifting past or stars overhead. Well, I see everything you see.
Did you see yourself?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Was that you or was that someone else?
Yes.
It wasn't a yes or no question.
I think we have to realize that things are far more complex than they always seem.
Who is your brother?
And it's the observational pool there is not it's not just like an entity turning attention away. That's a choice.
Very mature, very wonderful. Thank you.
And you find yourself asleep. The next morning, you all awaken and you, it's a beautiful day, cool in late spring, kind of frost dotting some of the leaves of some of the plants in the area, but quickly fading as the sun rises and washes across the area. Breakfast is provided for you. And the crew's beginning to...
I make the tea for everyone.
You make the tea, and the tea has what effect again?
It does a thing. I think we get something. We get an advantage on our first save, something.
Advantage on your first save of the day or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I'll have to let you know.
Yeah, let her know. And then the crew is rising to continue their work on the various different things down at the base. At some point before heading down, Remy will find the first one of you that he sees, which is maybe Ravik. And Remy, the captain, goes, Ravik, we going down to the to the base to continue to construct today. I think it would be good for your group to gather and think about the next stages of your mission here. Doing good work with the giants is great, but, our job is to explore everything and see what else is out there. And I think there might be some pressing things that you all want to focus on, but I guess the conversation is up for you all to decide. But I'll be down at the base structure whenever you're ready.
Absolutely. I'll get with the rest of the group and we'll talk about pushing further out, see what else we can discover on this rock here.
He puts his hat on his head and heads out and down the mountain along with the rest of the expedition crew. But then you are all there, pretty much just you all, left over in the guest quarters with your breakfast.
I'm not in any rush. I'm just going to enjoy my breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm just drinking my tea.
I've got to say, Andulicite, I wasn't much of a tea drinker before you came along, but you do something with this brew that's just delightful.
I'm glad you like it. Oh, I crocheted something for you last night, and I hand you, it's a hat that has ear holes. So you can put your
look at it. It's adorable.
Lucky realizes in this moment that there was actually purpose to the holes. They
weren't.
It was just a rough crochet job.
It was for Ravik, but it's like, well, I could only give this to one person in the group.
It has little flowers on it.
Oh, it's cute.
Ew.
It's super cute.
Is this a token?
No.
Okay.
I'm not on tokens. This is literally just something he's doing.
Nice.
He just likes to make little things.
You got a gift.
Bonnie puts it on immediately.
Oh.
What kind of hat is it? Is it like a little
like a
Little brimmed hat?
I think it's like a crochet style, like a beanie hat. So it's something if she's wearing a helmet, she could wear it under the helmet.
cute?
Ooh, what color is it?
I say it's pink, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pink hat. There you go.
If you have any other kind of like if you have like a theme to your outfit, it's something that is it probably.
No, I wanted to stand out. I want Bonnie to dress almost exclusively in earth tones, but there's this
pink hat,
vibrant pink hat.
Well, my voice is a pink hat, so there you go. Pink hat with flowers.
No one's gonna take Bonnie seriously now. It's this giant rabbit walking in with this fuzzy pink hat.
I'm glad you like it. I was gonna make Harold one, but he's smaller than you are. I don't have his head measurement.
Oh, I can get that for you real quick. I'm sure he'd be absolutely chuffed if you made him a little hat.
Oh,
Thinking of Harold, how's he?
That's much easier than when you're asleep.
I was like, where did Angelus get Bonnie's head measurement?
I know. I knew you were looking at me, so I was like, he needs to awkwardly say it now. I'm sorry. I was really wanted to make sure it fit right.
To answer your question, Ravik, I imagine Harold would be stumbling out of the
damn.
Is he gonna be ready for his first day with the scouts, or?
Harold probably looks rough.
Oh no. Poor Harold.
But Bonnie's gonna grab him really quick and get his wrap a measuring tape around his brow.
He's just he's so used to this at this point with Bonnie. He's just okay, and he is eating some food while you're taking his measurements.
It's for a surprise. You'll love it.
As you're wearing the hat.
Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting. And then he kind of eats some food and then gives Bonnie a kiss on the cheek and then heads down to join Thresh and Antiope because the construction of the cartographer's thing is done. So they're getting ready to start organizing their first mission out.
Oh, poor Harold. He's going to have a rough go of it this morning.
Bonnie waves and does the I love you sign language.
Yeah, he gives it back.
Bonnie, how long have you been married?
Geez, it must have been. We had our 30th anniversary a couple of years ago.
Wow. It's
30 years.
Commitment.
That's impressive.
He's a good
I
man.
elbow Ravik for the tone.
Jesus. imagine the same 30 years of the same. Okay, I'll leave it.
You were really.
I elbow Ravik harder.
It's just so beautiful what you have together. Like, I feel like it's the total opposite tone right now. Me like, wow, and you like.
Precisely. What keeps the spice going in the marriage? That's just
like cumin or nutmeg.
Well, Ravik, have you ever heard the expression? Ravik, have you ever heard the expression "following down a rabbit hole"?
Yeah, you know what?
I get up, I walk away. I walk away immediately, and I go, Angelus, I need to talk to you, not here.
Okay. I like talking, not here.
Lucky, I'm a lucky.
I'll see you later, Ravik.
No, that's not. You know what? I have to do my morning prayers. So
morning prayer.
You pray?
You do. No. You do morning prayers.
Yeah, I'm praying for this conversation to end right now. You guys have we'll meet up later. We'll talk about our next steps on the expedition. Okay. And actually, Ravik is going to go
His prayer
down
came
to the
through
water
so fast.
Okay, Ravik goes to the water. What are the rest of you doing in your morning before you?
Real quick, I have to give Ace credit for that joke. That's something
that was
Ace,
great.
Ace said, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for the perfect opportunity. But that shit's funny.
You pulled that one out at the perfect moment.
Yeah.
That was a good moment for that one.
Yeah, I look at Lucky if he actually wants to ask me anything.
No, I was escaping.
Yeah. I figured Shara does that a lot. I haven't figured out how to gracefully do it yet. I still do the walk away really suddenly.
I mean, to be fair, that wasn't my most graceful exit I've ever made, but
oh yeah, most of the time you're really cool. So
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're very cool too.
Oh, I don't know, but thanks.
You are cool. Your magic is very cool.
It's interesting. I wish it didn't make Weller want to talk to me all the time.
That is a very reasonable wish.
Yeah. Maybe.
And I put a hand. I reach out to see if you will take my hand for a second.
I don't like touching other people.
Are you sure? One quick second.
He's weighing on how cool he thinks Lucky is. Okay, he takes Lucky's hand.
Okay, and then I pat you on the hand and I say, I will add you to my prayer list. And then I walk away.
Everyone prays for really weird things here. And I'll just chill with Bonnie and work on Harold's hat.
All right. Ravik, you find yourself at the stream. At the edge of the mountain.
Oh yeah, I'm going to survey the area a bit, just make sure I'm alone. There's no juvenile giants playing in the water, and no.
You can make a perception check if you like.
No one bathing. Hold on, I'm trying to find this. Aren't I supposed to be able to do this thing? I communicate with.
I don't know if do you have that yet?
Maker. Maybe not. Well, never mind then.
I don't know if you have that ability yet.
I've got that thing with the mind. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna sit by the water for a minute and collect and kind of ruminate on the vision that the mount gave me.
You're looking at level 9.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep.
Okay. That's what happens when you read ahead, kids.
Yeah, so you sit there and enjoy your time in the morning as the sun is rising in the sky.
Just kind of put the pieces together about what exactly would this mean? This kind,
and
enjoy some quiet.
The vision that you had the water, the primordial serpent. The fact that the serpent felt familiar to you when you've never encountered, interacted with, seen that serpent before, why would it feel familiar? Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Anybody else with your morning?
Chat some with Endulicite.
Sure. Yeah, Ravik and Lucky have kind of gone off to pray in their various different ways. So Bonnie and Endulicite, you're left alone with the food there in the guest hut.
Well, I think I did a good job scaring that Randy man off. Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Who's Randy?
Oh, that's just what we call people like old Ravik over there.
Oh, like very confident people?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay, yeah, he is that. I mean, not really. It's nice that you and Harold are so close. It's just, I don't know, a lot of times I see couples that aren't happy, so.
Well, it's like this, Endulicite. When you're with someone for so long, they almost become like an extension of your own self.
Yeah, I think me and Dottie are like that sometimes. I look over at her.
She kind of looks back at you and and kind of cocks her head to the side and says, "It's a little different than that, I think."
Your chicken can talk?
Oh.
I thought everyone knew that I could talk.
I didn't.
Oh.
You heard me.
Well, now everyone knows.
Oh. Well, I think it's different for Andalus and me. Do you find that Harold is like the opposite side of a circle?
I'm trying to understand what you mean by that.
Like if you took a hole and cut it, and one part went to one and one part went to the other. But then they match together.
He completes.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, but I think so many times I know what Harold's going to say before he says it.
Well, I always know what Andalus is thinking.
Right, but the important thing is...
Harold doesn't say anything.
Right, but yes, but he signs it. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
But the important thing is that I let him say it.
That's interesting. Do you know how to dance?
Well, I can square dance.
Can you teach me how to square dance?
We're going to have to get Harold to play the violin, but I'd be happy to teach you how to square dance.
Okay, thanks. And I just
I'll teach you how to do-si-do and do all that stuff.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but thanks.
And if Dottie could smile, Dottie would smile.
She's so proud.
Yeah. All right. But with your morning, your morning activities finalized, with a request to go visit Remy at the camp ahead of you. But what else would you all like to do with your day?
So Harold's going off with the scout corps.
They're at the cartographer's tent where the structure that they've built for the cartographers kind of setting up. Their plan is to leave tomorrow to go on their first expedition.
Bonnie is going to do any repair work on her clothing that she has to do from the previous fights.
Yeah, and you could totally have done that in the morning while you and Andalus were chatting, or, while everyone's eating. Because I feel like Bonnie's the type of mother that could eat with one hand and somehow sew like patchwork with another.
Oh yeah. And if you need help, he would offer it if you wanted help with it.
Bonnie will absolutely take it, because at this point Bonnie has realized that Endulicite is just better at all of this than she is.
He just thinks it's inconvenient for you, so he's helping you.
Lucky watches on, knowing full goddamn well that he could go over and offer the mending friendship and solve all of this.
No.
But they look like they're having fun, so he does that.
Amazing.
Sometimes the easy path isn't the right path.
Exactly.
It's even funnier because I also have mending, but he's just doing this like this.
Sometimes it's good to do it the old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we at some point get together as a group, or even a few of us, and just, with the giants' help, suss out what would be the best location for the exploration group to visit next, or like the next nomad group that usually settles in a certain area, or the next settlement or town that probably would be receptive to our mission and willing to set up trade or assistance.
Well,
to get an idea from the giants.
So if you reach out to Scarda or Trame, either one of them would direct you to either to go north to the Plain of Shifting Reeds, there to encounter either the Dorothy or the Delki tribes. They're the kind of the closest ones that they have. So the Delki are a band of centaurs, and the Dorothy are a band of Leonin, who kind of make the plain their home. And that like, if your expedition is also like the tasks that you have of building, exploration and building partnerships with local communities, but also you're kind of the face of the expedition, and you're the ones that go out and deal with the problems the expedition has. You also know that like the big thing is right now, no other ships can come to Highwall.
Yes.
Until the whatever is causing the ships to be shot down is taken care of. So the expedition is fine for now, but they can't have any relief ships come in. They can't have any ships from the mainland come in. And all of that would be to the north of the area. Scarda wouldn't be able to nail down exactly where the Delki or the Dorothy's like home bases are, because both of them are nomadic tribes. And so they kind of move from spot to spot within the plains.
So of the three, Ravik will ask the group, are we more hard pressed to find more alliances with the nomadic centaurs and Leonin, the Dorothy and the Delki, or personally, I think it'd be a good idea to track down the source of that long-ranged weapon that shot us out of the sky. I mean, what are we thinking? Create more alliances or find an enemy?
Either of those groups may know more about what's shooting down ships than the giants do.
Yeah, it could
be. Seeing as they're closer.
Yeah,
to our giant friends, they're all towards the north, so doesn't mean we have to pursue one exclusively.
Head north, see if we can come across either of those groups for information before.
Yeah, and the charting group
taking out the weapon
where we're not going, so that would make sense. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they would have said the Valley of the Opal. In order to get to it, you have to travel through the plains. So you could kind of hit two birds with one stone if you wanted to seek out one of the tribes and then also head towards the valley in the same excursion.
Yeah.
Valley of the Opal.
Sure, that works for me.
All right. So I guess we spend the day gathering the supplies we may need, and it's just going to be the 5 of us, or is there anyone that we'd want to take along with us?
Personally, I think people staying behind to build up the base might be pretty critical right now.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that. You're a pretty capable group. I think we'll be fine just with us here.
Awesome.
As you kind of decide amongst yourselves and you communicate this to Remy, the captain, he would say, 1, the Cartographers Guild is done, or not done, but the first level of it is built. And so while you guys are away, you can choose another one that you'd like them to work on while you're gone. If there's a focus that you'd like for them to have. And then also he gathers together a expedition store pack. And so there is 2 potions of healing and rations for each of you for a week of travel. And then if there's anything else particular that you think that you might need for your expedition, you could ask him and see if he could get it for you by the next morning from the stores that they do have. You can work with the quartermaster.
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Sounds pleasant.
Should we get the mages up and running?
Yeah. I think something alchemical next is probably.
Oh, for the potion.
You guys could either get the arcanists up and running, which would be for the library and enchanting, or you could get the alchemist and the herbalist up and running for potions, for more advanced potions. Yeah.
I think the alchemist is.
Yes, I agree.
Honestly.
And if you guys are gone for more than 3 days, you could kind of set like a priority and say alchemist first and then enchanting next. It would take them about 3 days to get the base level established. So if you're gone for a week, you'd come back to both of those being up if you wanted those.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, so you've got the remainder of the day to kind of gather your things and prepare with the plan that tomorrow morning, like, you guys will be heading out on your first expedition to the north to uncharted lands. The plain of shifting reeds ahead of you, the far in the northern mountains, the valley of the Opal, and knowledge of multiple problems and situations that you may uncover in your travels that were gifted to you in the visions of a mountain that couldn't communicate to you in words the problems of this land. But that's where we'll pick up next week.
Yay!
Yay!
Next time on.
Oh my god.
Lord, I'm so mad about the first hour.
I
know, it's so
feel it. It's never fun.
It's never fun.